So BigBear.AI exploded this week, and we saw it push up tremendously towards the end of the week. We're going to be looking at it in the second link in the description in StockMate. If you guys want to check it out, feel free to tune in. Now, BigBear.AI is a company that has been trending in the area of cybersecurity, AI. We're working with a company here that is in border security and works in airports. This is a market that has been growing tremendously, especially in 2025. And we've been making consistent gains by capitalizing on some of these industries like quantum AI. We were looking at Rigetti earlier this week. We were trading CTM stock, which is in cybersecurity. We're trading a lot of NVIDIA and some of the bigger cap as well. But I'm really looking forward to some of the moves that we're going to see as we continue into February here. And the other part of this company's growth is, I would say, if you guys look on my channel, we started covering it back here about over a month ago. It says a month on my YouTube. I think it was November though. Yes, because that one says 2 months. You can see we started covering it here. And since then, we've been basically just looking at this trend that has been very consistent and watching this trend develop. I mean, I could go from here, this bottom resistance, and just slowly move this resistance up, and it looks pretty insane how much of an increase it just had recently. Now, if we make the chart a little bit more realistic, you can see that this is a resistance here. It kind of pushed back down and validated it. It's holding way above that 200-day moving average. It pushed up much further than what you might anticipate, over 30% in one day. It's up to $8.80. So we have a small position in BigBear.AI in our Schwab portfolio. We had an average purchase price of $2.80, despite covering it earlier. And there's, in our 3-point analysis, some things that are more than just the chart. The chart is here and we're going to take a look at it, but there's also the fundamentals, the overall value of the company, the growth that they're experiencing, not just as their financials, we're going to take a look at that, but also their contracts. And so we're going to get into that. But before we do, let's just take a look at the technicals. This is something we traded in our live sessions in StockMate. Most of the time, it's been very consistent in this trend. You can see it holding the support. It wasn't until just recently that it started to push up above the resistance, soar to about $8, then pull back down to this support here at $6.40 that it established. And now it's starting to continue back up. If we look on the RSI, look on the MACD, it looks pretty overextended. But when we look at the market cap and the overall growth, there's probably some room for it to run. With that said, in the technical and short term, near term, I would expect a lot of volatility, and we'll be watching it very closely at market open on Monday. If you guys want to be there, it's StockMate, the second link below. Would love to have you there. So let's take a look at BigBear.AI's fundamentals. There's a 3-point look at the analysis. We look at the technicals, and then we look at the financials, and we look at some of the news. The financials, their market cap at 500 million when we started covering them is up to over $2 billion now. And you can see just a different chart on Google, how much of an exponential curve they've had as of the past 2 months. Getting into the financials, you can see that the net income here has been basically negative 12 million. They got 40 million in revenue, but still apparently spending about a little bit more than that, 50 million in order to keep the company running. So year over year, it's been down. If you look at the quarters in 2024, they do look a lot better. In March, it was down. That June reporting was looking better. Their cost of revenue was up. But just to put this in perspective and why I'm not 100% bullish, and it could be a little bit overextended just from a financial standpoint, it's really important to consider that they are a $2 billion company, but their revenue is only about 40 million. So if you think about revenue to market cap, you could multiply this by basically 10 and you would be at 400 million revenue. You could multiply it, and then maybe it would be more justifiable to see a valuation of 2 billion. At 40 million, a $2 billion valuation is pretty high on the market cap. So we could see it sell back down, but there's a few reasons why this company has some tremendous growth potentially ahead outside of the financials and outside of the chart that could sell off in near term. One of the things to consider is that they have a new CEO that is in the very closely correlated market of border security and homeland security. And the Border Patrol, Homeland Security, this is a CEO who was previously in the administration, I think it was 2020, where the CEO was working with working under the Trump administration. You see Kevin McElwain, I think that's it. You can see he was in the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. He was the acting secretary. And then U.S. national security agencies as well. And so you can see also Commissioner of the U.S. Customs and Border Protection. And so someone like that in BigBear.AI, they have technology that's related to, for example, scanning your face at different airports or processing profiles of people as they come in and out of the U.S. or through other territories that this company is in. We know they're in Denver International Airport. They're in Heathrow as well, so not just the U.S. But that puts them into a position where massive amounts of data are coming through their software. They're partnered with Palantir. And part of the reason why they have in a surge in attention is because if you think about AI becoming so efficient and focusing down from millions of data points to find different threats or different anomalies, it's being used for essentially identifying those threats before they come to fruition through this AI software. So it's called BigBear. That's their company. That's their solution. You can see they got supply chain management. So maybe not just through national security, but also finding supply chain, different efficiencies or things that go wrong, and AI being able to anticipate that. Digital identity, so that's the facial recognition side of things. There was just an article that showed that they had implement more biometric boarding solutions for Denver International Airport. I used to live just by Denver International Airport for about 2 years when I was living in Boulder, and I had went through and was getting my face scanned there. You can see that article. It's now deployed at 14 international departure gates at Denver International Airport. So when you look at the growth of the company, you look at their financials, governance, and then you look at some of their technology partners. So you get over here, you can see United Kingdom is where they distribute to, Germany as well, Brazil, Mexico. And so that's a key thing to look at. That's their distributors. And you can also see more press releases on their website where they're getting contracts. There's an Army contract. They got an $8.5 million extension there. And so why would you look at this company and say, back here, people would say, Will, this is a pump and dump, and then sold off. And it came up to $4.50. Say, Will, this is a pump and dump. Why are you still covering this stock? And it's just held this really consistent pattern. And then, as of recently, just absolutely broke out here. And we see it get up to, again, $9.30 from just $1 that it was just currently at. And so I'm going to be monitoring this closely, holding my position, and also looking to take advantage of some of the swings. If you guys would like to take advantage of them, make sure to subscribe. If I earned your thumbs up, hit that like button. And if you'd like to watch me trade live at Market Open, again, it's that second link down below. That's StockMate. Really appreciate you all. And again, we have so many videos on YouTube on BigBear.AI. We've gone into more fundamentals, more of the financials as well. And if you want to see more videos like that, as well as get coverage on quantum, AI, and space tech, I would encourage you to subscribe and look for some of the software that we're creating. I'm creating some software right now that I'm really excited about. It's essentially going to build you you know how large language models work? Have you guys seen how large language models, or even like a brain or a microchip or something like that, how they look? And so basically what it will be is, and I've already just started working on it, you have different markets to invest in. In each market, you can go into the cluster of the market and then see all of the smaller markets within that market, and then maybe even other smaller markets that are being developed from that market. And you can find where different ecosystems are developing. And that's something I'm working on, really excited for our analysis. And then the other one that we're working on that I'm also excited for is our predictive analysis, where we predict timeframes, specific timeframes, by doing analysis specifically for those timeframes, but it's all run through a large language model with millions of real-time data points. And that's something that's working as well, and I'm excited to get that out. If you guys are a software engineer and you're looking to get some more experience, we have one other software engineer that we're working with right now, and he was a subscriber here on the channel, still is. He's a stockmate as well. And if you'd like to learn and get some experience and work with me, feel free to send me an email. The link is in the description. And also, as we move forward on this, feel free to check some of the updates on this as I release them. I don't know if you guys have any thoughts or what you see about this industry developing with AI, and if you have any other stocks you'd like me to take a look at, would be more than happy to take a look. Also, I got some really cool things like different business credit cards and how to find the best ones. And nationally, there's a lot of other things like cryptos that we could look into as well. I would love to update you guys with some of our investments there. And hopefully you guys enjoy. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you all, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a great rest of your weekend.